What's up guys, Richard here and welcome to the second video in my series for the Duolingo Horror Game Jam. Now this time I actually got some help from a real environmental artist. This guy specializes in building environments. You can see him up on the screen here. And what we're doing is we're talking about the interior for our game. And we kind of came up with this idea that it would be set in a hotel, start in the lobby, then you get to your room at the end. Now, what I had to do was continue on from where I left off, and last time I was starting the rigging and animation process, and what I'm doing here is weight painting onto the bones. I uploaded it to Mixamo once I'd done that and realized that there was a lot of problems still with the skin, and I was really struggling to figure out what was causing this, because this is the first time ever I've done this, and then I realized that when I weight painted on one bone, I had symmetry in place, so it was weight painting onto the other, therefore the bones were all tearing against each other, so I lost about 3 hours work there when I had to redo everything. Now here I've done some updates, things are starting to work a little bit better, but there's still some shearing in place, especially against the back, you'll notice here, and that was actually more down to the fact that I was using a human rig, which is like a human skeleton for a giant bird. I had to do a lot of tweaking to get that up and running correctly. Eventually I did get it working, but then I had the second problem of basically having like hose pipes for feet, and that was due to the fact that I never really built proper knees into my character because, well, this is the third character I've ever done, and I will never forget this, and I'll never do this again in the future. But anyway, I'm slowly going through the animation process, building the character, making him walk, step by step, and here we go, we've got some type of meandering zombie walk, which is kind of weird, but if you look at it from the sides, you can see that it's really stretching, especially around the neck region. Again, that's coming down to the human rig and my really bad weight painting, but we do have movements and we don't have tearing, and that's what I was going for. Anyway, while I was doing that, Josh was working away on the environments. He's starting to build some walls in. Basically, this will allow us to have like the same wall and repeat. And of course, when you take a break, you need to do some Minecraft. Well, after our Minecraft session ended, it was time to see what this owl would look like in the game. So I built a character, I loaded the mesh in. What I'm doing right now is basically facing the mesh in the correct direction, scaling it, and also expanding the collision capsule that wraps around it. The whole point of the collision capsule is just to make sure he can't walk through walls. But anyway, here he is, finally in the game, animated, walking on the spot. He basically just has one animation, which is just this weird meandering zombie-like movement. At the same time, Josh is working on the interiors. He's building out a dead end right here. Got some candles. We're thinking something quite demonic. And I'm trying out my ultimate AI, which just walks into bricks. Anyway, I thought that was actually kind of funny because he's not smart. He just like chases after the player. And if anything's in the way, he's just going to like shoulder barge it. So that's what he's doing right now. We'll probably put some physics objects in the game, but make them smaller. But now I wanted to do something scary. So I've created a light. And watch this. As he walks under it, it starts to flicker and then glows and then just pops. So the idea is that you're going to hear these fluorescent lights like a zzz, as he goes under them. And here I'm just doing some basic visual scripting just to control the sounds of these lights. I could have done that in code, but it was just not worth the effort. Here I am in code, and what I'm doing is I'm just removing VR components that come with Unreal. Now, Josh has completed the greyboxing. The greyboxing is basically when you create a very basic sketch of a level. There's no textures or anything like that, but you can see our owl, he's running, he's chasing me, lights are exploding, he's got those evil eyes glowing. This is not the finished product, by the way, just to be aware of that. So I decided next I was going to create a torch that the player has, and it kind of like projects like a real glass effect that like if the light was passing through the glass onto the walls. But anyway, here it is. Look at this, we've got some camera shake. Oh, why is it shaking? Oh, because there's an owl chasing you. Run, run, behind you, here he comes. Anyway, that's pretty much it. So if you guys have liked this video, like it, sub to the channel,